get up on your feet. What you need to do is catch up with them. Bounce, man, get up on your feet and help me get it.
When researchers asked a group of college kids which they'd pick if forced to live without either intercourse or oral sex, both sexes gave penetration the heave-ho. Find the person whose mouth makes all the right moves and join the queue of those eager to lap up the attention. Keen to learn a few more tricks to add to your existing repertoire? Here's a step-by-step guide for both of you. Ask for his opinion on what I've written, as a sneaky way to get him to read how best to give it to you. But it's his turn first. Your grandmother probably told you the way to a man's heart is through his stomach. Leave the lights on so he can see what you are doing. Give him real front seat action by tying your hair back as well. If you are brave, hold eye contact. If you're too embarrassed, look down instead. He stands, you sit facing him on the side of the bed or an appropriate height piece of furniture. It's more comfortable for both of you, and it leaves your hands free to stimulate other parts of his body without them getting cramped. It also gives you control over how deep he goes. Some men say their legs go wobbly on orgasm, but most can survive if they collapse on the bed immediately afterward. 2. He stands, you kneel in front of him. It is more comfortable than lying down beside him, though the chief appeal is you being in the classic worship pose. But not yet. Lick your way downward until he's straining for attention, then bypass his penis completely by licking down the outside of his thighs until you reach the inside of his knee, then move back up his inner thigh until you get to his testicles. Stop right there and drive nuts, using large tongue movements to swirl around each testicle. Get the hand motion under control before you add your mouth. Don't tug or yank at the foreskin, manipulate it so it slides up and over the head and again. Remember to keep things nice and slippery. Use your hands, not your mouth, for control, and always use two. One hand holds his penis so it doesn't move all over the place, the other touches him elsewhere. It also takes the pressure off, literally, if you alternate between two kinds of stimulation simultaneously. As with women, it's important you maintain a steady rhythm to build excitement. As he approaches orgasm, however, step up the speed and pressure. If you don't want to swallow, continue stimulation by switching to intercourse or continuing to use your hands. Do anything but just leave him there dangling. Ripping back the covers and diving straight for it isn't a turn on. Anticipation is everything. Work your way down her body, kissing, nibbling, licking, tummy, thigh, and make her wait. Her on top. Instead of her lying back, and you lying between her legs, you lie back on the bed, and get her to climb on top of you, facing the bed head. She puts her hands against the wall behind the bed to steady herself, then lowers herself down. This gives her complete control over the pressure. She can lift away if it's too rough, move close if she wants it harder. Meanwhile, your neck's not cramped, and it stops your tongue getting as tired. Through the roof. She lies back on the bed. You kneel between her legs, then lift them up, so they're resting on your shoulders. You're in a kneeling position. She's lifted in the air, but her shoulders are still on the bed. She uses her hands to support herself, plus you are supporting her by holding her legs. This feels fantastic, and she gets the added turn on of seeing exactly what's going on. Let her demonstrate what tongue technique she'd like you to use, by getting her to lick your palm the way she'd like you to lick her. She'll probably use the whole flat of her tongue, rather than a tense tip, and wiggle and swish in a slow, lazy, large movement. Instead of removing her pants completely, pull them to one side. This will transport her straight back to her first oral experiences, when you were both too scared to get completely naked. Now, find her clitoris, a tiny marble, usually at the top end, the end near her tummy covered with a hood of skin, and make wet, slow, gentle, upward strokes around the clitoris, not on it. Remember the movement she demonstrated on your palm? Use the flat of your tongue, not the tip, unless she demonstrated otherwise. Keep your tongue relaxed, and it won't just feel better for her, it won't get so tired. Try making slow circles around the circumference and combining this with an up and down, lapping motion. Let as much of your tongue as possible make contact, so you are covering the largest area possible. Practice on your own palm, and see which tongue movements feels the most efficient. When you are in position, it's difficult to interpret anything but moaning, and the most simple sentences. Ask her to use single word instructions like lighter, harder, perfect. Then switch legs. Spread your hands wide, and take a firm grip of her bottom, then squeeze and start rotating in big wide circles. This feels good because it indirectly stimulates the anal area, a highly sensitive area for women as well as men, but one which some are a little shy about admitting to. Switching techniques might score you points in the early stages, but stick to one technique once she approaches orgasm. Increase the speed and pressure, but keep on doing whatever it is you are doing, and keep the rhythm regular. Lots of women stay dead still during orgasm. Others gyrate like they're lap dancing for Latvia. Keep going regardless. Female orgasms last ages, and if you stop at the crucial moment, thinking it's all over, all will not end well. Keep on with slow, gentle strokes until she pushes you away, which she may well do, because the clitoris gets extremely sensitive after orgasm, so don't be offended. For more of Tracey's advice on sex and relationships, visit Tracey Cox.